Hello, Facebook. Welcome to Carlock Confessions. Today, May 15th, 2019. It is. Welcome to the show. Welcome. Hey, John, welcome to Carlock Confessions. Thank you for coming today. How are you today? Hope everything's good. Hope you guys have been enjoying your week, enjoying your night. Thank you for coming in by and seeing the show tonight and stopping by and seeing me. Come hang out. I'm happy to be back. Thank you, John. Welcome yourself. Thank you for coming. So glad to see that you're on. Excited to be back and really looking forward to Carlock Confessions. I got a new setup here a little bit. Got a new camera. And I've got, hopefully the audio and the picture is good. So I got you for a few. I'm really happy to have you, John. Thanks for coming. I'm really excited to have you here, bud. I know you probably got a worker. You got some training going on tonight. I get it. But thanks for stopping by and supporting the show. I really appreciate that. Give me a thumbs up real quick if you're on and you actually can hear me and the picture's good. Again, new setup, so I wanted to make sure that everybody can see. Audio's delayed. I had a feeling of that. I don't know if I can really adjust that as of right now, but hopefully it turns out well. I was hoping for a better picture. I'm sad that the audio is delayed. I've been messing with that. I don't know if I can get that fixed, to be honest with you. But I don't like that. Trying for a new setup, though. Hopefully it's a clear picture. Hopefully things are a little bit better tonight than it has been. I've been working on it. Again, it's a work in progress. But welcome. Thank you for coming to Carlock Confessions. I'm so excited you guys are here. Hi, Kelly. Thank you for coming. So glad you guys are on. Carlock Confessions is back in session. I'm very excited to be back from a very wonderful vacation that my wife and I had. That kind of ties us right back into our poll question from the last time we were on, which was the question from that time was, what is your number one vacation that you would like to take and where you want to go? Options were ocean and beach, island. The other one was woods, camping and hiking, and big city destination, Paris, London, you know, those big ones, Rome, or possibly just staying in bed and having a staycation. So that is the poll question from the last time with an overwhelming success. Everybody really chose the beach, ocean, and island, which is what my vacation was. So it's nice to know that everybody enjoys that as well. And I can always give you some feedback in regards to Mexico, which is where we went. So super excited. Thanks, John. I'm glad you liked the video. I got to work on the audio issues. I'm looking possibly to get an external microphone to kind of help with audio, but that's kind of the plan. So hopefully I can get one. I got to look into that. Seems like the audio might be a little delayed as well, but I'm glad you're here. Thanks for helping me out with that. So, yeah, poll question from last time again was in regards to where you like to vacation at. That was beaches and all that. So I definitely enjoyed my vacation. Went to Mexico. So glad to be back. Excited to be on Carlock Confessions again. Back on the air. Sad news is there's another day I got to take off, June 26th. I will not be airing on June 26th. I will actually be out of town again for work reasons during the day job. So unfortunately, I won't be on air for that. But we're back now, so let's worry about that when that comes on. So I'm hoping we can get a few more people to jump on. So far, it seems like you, John, are my only supporter at the time being. Sure do appreciate you being here, though, man. Thank you. Hopefully you can hear me well. Hopefully everybody comes. Big applause for John for being here on time today. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate it. For everybody else who views this later, please make sure you like, share, and follow the page, and make sure you click on those little 3 dots and get the notification bell. Click on that so that way you can be notified every time I go live here on Carlock Confessions. So with that, we're going to go ahead and keep going on with the show. Again, poll question last week was beaches. That's where I enjoyed the most. We really did enjoy our beach vacation in Mexico. It was a lot of fun, but there were some challenges in Mexico that we had to deal with that we weren't 100% aware of. We'll get to that here soon. If you did get to see my the article for the night, it kind of gets into that. So hopefully you Sounds like popcorn. Yeah, it was applause. It was applause. Hopefully you guys got to read the article. The article's in regards to things going on in Mexico that we had to deal with. We're going to talk about that a little bit here later in the show. Right now, what I want to do is bring up this week's poll question. If you've been on the Car Lot Confessions Facebook group page, you saw that the poll question for the week, Star Wars or Star Trek? That's kind of the poll question, or I don't care. Those are two big ones right now. That's kind of the classic poll question. But I hope you guys will go on and answer it. I am a huge Star Wars fan. I'm not a big Star Trek guy. Star Wars is my favorite. I got to watch Star Wars while I was in Mexico for May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Also to all of you, as I missed. But May the 4th be with you. I got to see Star Wars in Mexico in our room. And it was so funny because it was dubbed in Spanish underneath. So when Luke screams, "No!" after, big spoiler alert, he finds out Darth Vader was his father. It's funny because you still see that in English, but it's all dubbed in Spanish. Anyways, that's my joke for the night. Hopefully it was funny. No worries, John. Go train tonight. Hopefully things are going well. Thanks a lot, man. I will see you next time, or come check out the show after you get done with training, and hopefully watch it. Hopefully it's a good show for you too later, okay? Thanks for coming, bud. Sad you have to go, but we get it. So stay with us. All right. Anyways, hopefully you guys can hear the audio. Visual hopefully is good. Again, I got a new setup tonight, and hopefully things are coming through clear and loud. Hopefully, I'm hoping you guys are enjoying that. If not, I do plan on getting a little better of a setup, a better microphone, that kind of stuff as well. So as we're here, we're speaking, we're going to go ahead and move on with the show. I'm hoping more people will jump on. So poll question again for the night, Star Wars or Star Trek? Huge Star Wars fan. Really happy that all these Star Wars movies keep coming out in December. It's been a really good birthday present my wife has gotten me every year. That, of course, a movie comes out. We get to go see a Star Wars movie around my birthday. Little sad that the saga is kind of ending on these 9-movie saga for Star Wars. But very excited, though, to see the last one coming out this December. Really can't wait to see that one. Kind of see how they wrap everything together. Skywalker's story, all that kind of stuff. So super excited about it. If you guys are Star Wars fans, make sure you like as well here, so I know that you guys are all Star Wars fans as well. Feel free to leave comments on the page about Star Wars and what you think. After the show or during the show, you can always add new comments if you see this later, because I will get notifications that the comment was added. And you can always post on the page as well. I love hearing your guys' stories and things that you're into as well. So if you could, I'd really appreciate it. I look forward to seeing more activity on the Car Lot Confessions group page. Please feel free to add positive comments and quotes and all of that good stuff to kind of help keep it a positive, wonderful place for people to keep coming to. So that is a request that was coming from the host himself. If you could get on the Car Lot Confessions webpage and or Facebook page and add some positive things, and feel free to comment and speak and ask questions and find out what's going on. I'd really appreciate it. Love to see you guys visit the page more. Make sure, again, to share and like, and we can get some more viewers and your family and friends and people that you may know or may not know, or acquaintances. Everybody can kind of get on and enjoy the positiveness that we have for Car Lot Confessions. So hopefully you guys will do that for me. I'd really appreciate it. It would make things a lot better. You know, I love the support, guys, so thank you. I really appreciate you guys supporting me and supporting this page and supporting this show. I love doing it. I'm so excited to be back. I miss Mexico a little bit. Why, who wouldn't? After being on the beach for a week, I do miss the beach a little bit, but I am glad to be back. I have been. This is the one thing I've really been looking forward to, is getting back to doing the show. So hopefully you guys are excited too. I'm glad you guys could come out. Thank you for coming. And I look forward, hopefully you guys are watching this later as well. So anybody who's not able to catch the show tonight, hopefully you can catch it later. Right now, I only see one person on. And so I appreciate you being here. Everybody else is kind of quiet here. The crickets are out. But, hey, that's all right. We're going to go on with the show. So let's see. So again, poll question of the night. If you're on, please feel free to leave a comment. Star Wars or Star Trek? Again, I'm a Star Wars guy. I'll sit and talk Star Wars with anybody and everybody when I get a chance. Huge fan. Can't wait for the new show to come out or the new movie to come out. Very much into it. Hopefully you guys are too. And again, please feel free to leave a comment on the page about how you feel about Star Wars. All right. With that said, do it. Leave comments for me. I really appreciate that. All right, so we'll move on a little bit here. Hopefully some people will jump on, but we are still rolling with Carlock Confessions. We'll go ahead and get into the topic of In the News. If you guys didn't get a chance to read the article on that I posted on the page, please take the time to do so. It was a great article, but what that article referenced was some of the algae problems that they're having in Mexico right now. And what that is something that we had to deal with while we were out there. So that cliffhanger John was talking about is kind of that. So this is what we're going to get into. In the news, Mexico's prized beaches are threatened by a smelly algae invasion, which is called sargassum. I know it's a very odd word. I also have a hard time saying it. But what it is an algae that's floating in, and it's coming into the Caribbean. It's really actually hurting the tourism of Mexico and everything on the Caribbean. My wife and I dealt with this while we were down there. It was a very interesting and sad scenario, actually. If we, truth is, if we'd have known about it a little more prior to, which we did quite a bit of research on Mexico, they didn't really elaborate how bad it was. We thought we'd see a bit, but we didn't think we'd see that much. It was pretty bad. It covered the beach. They had guys working on it every single day, trying to clear the beaches of it. It was nonstop. We actually did not spend any time in the ocean. We dipped our feet in to say we did it, and that was it. So most of the time we spent time at the pool and enjoying some good food and going and seeing places like Puerto Morales and Cancun. And we went into Xel-Há. So my Facebook friends, you can see some stuff there from our trip. And if anybody else is interested in seeing things, go ahead and post a comment on the page. I'll be happy to post some photos for you if you're interested in seeing them. Just let me know, though, so that way I can go ahead and post those for you. I don't want to post photos if people aren't really that interested in seeing it. But back to this this article and in the news, they're chalking it up to global warming and poisons that we're using and fertilizers and that kind of stuff. And if you read the article, you'll see. But I mean, this is just a thing that gets to all of us. I think that we need to stop and think about and really, take upon ourselves and think about how this earth has changed over the years, and is global warming real? So on to the question of the night that I'm going to tie into all of this, and we'll go ahead and get back to that. So hopefully if you're on, you can leave your comments. But if not, feel free to comment anytime as you're watching this. Do you believe in global warming? Is this something that you've thought about? Is this something that we've heard for a long time about? Certain administrations in our government believe in it, others do not. It's been kind of that back and forth debate for a long time. But there's a lot of things that we see going on with our Earth that could really give evidence that global warming is a real deal. This seaweed has been a problem in the past, but it's never been this big of a problem from what I understand. And let me tell you something, it stunk. And it is absolutely killing the tourism in Mexico and in these places on the Caribbean that are having these problems. And we dealt with it firsthand. Well, let me tell you, we were there, we saw an older couple who was visiting the resort that we were at. A woman was walking. We were able to see her. We were sitting at one of the bars on the sand there. We saw her coming, and it was disgusting. Absolutely. Hi, Mom. Thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it. I know you're exhausted. I appreciate you stopping by. We're talking about In the News, the article that I posted on the Carlock Confessions site in regards to the sargassum algae and seaweed. That's a problem in Mexico that we had to deal with. It was super smelly. Back to my story in regards to the woman. We saw her walking towards us, though, and she caught a whiff of this algae, and it actually almost made her vomit. It was really really bad. And thankfully, my wife and I were able to deal with it the best we could. And when we were at the bar, it was okay. But you could smell it quite a bit. And this is something that is clearly affecting Earth, this global warming issue that we have. And I do personally believe in global warming. I do believe it is a problem. I do believe the things that we are doing and putting in our atmosphere is changing our planet. All the cars and the emissions, I get it. And we're all, we have to live our lives, but we also need to be more conscious about it, which is where my stance is at. So that's why the hot button question of the night, do you believe in global warming? If so, what ideas do you have to try to stop it? And then, of course, on the flip side, if not, because I always like to play devil's advocate, how do you explain the changes in the Earth, like the issues in Mexico with the sargassum and algae, if there isn't global warming? If there's not global warming and you don't believe it's there, that's totally fine. But how do you explain the things that are happening? And I know we're just not trying to point fingers, but I do think that we as humans have an effect on this Earth. And, what we do and leave behind matters. And, I have kids, and all you that do have kids as well. I mean, we need to think about what we're leaving behind for our children. I would love for my kids to someday be able to travel to Mexico and still see the beautiful beaches that are there. We traveled to Mexico, and with all this algae issue, it was a problem. It really was. We spent more time at the pool than we did in the ocean, which is where you go for. We wanted to see white sandy beaches, and we saw white sand, but then it was covered in algae and in seaweed and all this kind of stuff that keeps floating in. It's kind of a big deal. So I did learn quite a bit from that article. It was a good article, but it kind of brought up that question in regards to global warming itself. And I know that, this is kind of one of those hot button topics that I want to bring up, and I would love to hear your guys' opinion on. Please feel free to comment and leave comments on the page or comment here during the show. But global warming is a problem, I feel like, with all the aerosols and the gas and the emissions from the cars and boats and everything else. What are we doing to our environment? I mean, we're killing trees for wood, and for paper, and I know this is a great resource, but if we don't start to replenish that resource, it will go away. It's just like anything. If you use everything up, it's gone for good. I mean, how many extinct animals have we known about just in our own time? And that is clearly an effect that we have on the planet. So with that said, global warming is definitely an issue. I know people who have gone to Mexico and absolutely loved it. They never had any issues. They spent most of the time on the beach. They loved the beach because it was beautiful and white and the waters were fantastic. Now, when we went snorkeling, we've seen all these, beautiful snorkeling videos. People being able to see in the clear water and all that stuff. Even the water's got a real algae problem. It was very green. Even in the designated areas for snorkeling, when we went to Shell Ha, it was very green. So it's just, it is really, really difficult to talk about this in a sense because, with kids, and I have kids, I'm really concerned about what it is we're leaving behind for them. So for me personally, I know I need to do a better job of being conscious about what it is I'm doing that may be hurting the planet or maybe hurting, the future for our children, for my children. I probably should be recycling more. I should probably be doing things to help minimize the emissions that I put out in the air. But I also feel like this is a larger problem that I think needs to be addressed by the government and addressed by our entire country. If we get on board, maybe others will get on board. We've always been kind of a trendsetter in this country, I feel like, and I feel like we need to set that trend. And we need to start discussing this. It needs to be out in the open. And I think this is something that we should be talking in the forefront on a daily basis in regards to the news and the media. Media and news have so much control over things, and they have so much, so many people are viewing media, and it comes in so quickly nowadays with all the social media and the news and the radio and TV and all these avenues. Now that we have them, we should be using them for positiveness. We should be using them for positive change. You turn on the radio these days, you turn on the news, you turn on the TV, and you hear all these negative things. The bad weather, there was a gunshot here, or accident there, or the stock market's crashing. All these things are negative, but what we need to do is start trying to find a change in that. And I believe that all kind of comes back to us making that positive message and positive change. I want to see us do that. And so it starts with us. I know that sometimes it's difficult to take charge, but I want to do that, and I'm going to. So I'm kind of challenging myself to do a better job of helping our planet and addressing global warming. So feel free, please come on, chime on in. Let me know what you guys think in regards to global warming yourselves. Leave comments on the page. Let us know what you're thinking. Share, talk to one another. I would love to see a good discussion go up on Carlock Confessions page, where everybody can kind of share their opinions and thoughts in regards to it. I mean, honestly, I think this is something that we need to talk about, and everybody's opinion is important. Everybody's got their own views and thoughts about this kind of stuff, and these are my views and thoughts about it. So global warming, I do feel, is an issue. I do feel like this is something that we need to get in front of. If we do not get in front of it, this is something that if it comes to a head, we're going to have a real hard time fixing that. So, we need to be more proactive instead of reactive in regards to these types of things. So, if you guys feel the same, please let me know. A nice thumbs up or anything inside the chat or on the page would be great to hear from you. I'd like to know if anybody out there supports me, and if you don't, I'm totally open to hearing your opinion and your side. I'd love to be I'm very open-minded in regards to this stuff. But back to the question of the night again: do you believe in global warming? And if so, what ideas do you have to try to stop it? Like, what do we do about it? And if not, how do you explain the changes in the earth and like the issues that we have in Mexico and all of that? How do you explain that stuff, and what do you think about it? Like, give your opinions in regards to that. So I really appreciate it if you guys could do that. It's very good. Come on, let's talk on the page. I love it. All right. So hopefully we can get a few listeners on to kind of add to chat. I'd love to see you guys be able to come on in to the chat. Shows from 10 to 11. Come on, you guys need to come in. Right now we're hearing a bunch of crickets because I don't see anybody actually online right now. I know a lot of people do view my videos afterwards, which is fine. I get it. It's a little late on a Wednesday. If that's the case, what I'd love to hear you guys do is go ahead and post on my page and let me know if you guys are enjoying the show, and if you are, what's some good times you guys would like to see it air. I might be able to change my time up to help accommodate my fans, accommodate anybody who likes the show or is interested in seeing it on a regular basis. So please feel free to comment on the page. I'd love to see you guys there. And, Carlock Confessions. I'm going to be doing this. I enjoy the show. I like sharing my opinion. I love hearing your guys's and having an open discussion in regards to the things that are our topics for the night on the show. So I would hope that you guys will let me know when's the best time for you to come. So please let me know that, okay? Hi, Amanda. Thanks for coming on. Finally, someone's on tonight. So excited to have you on. Thank you for coming. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you can hear me. Glad you could join in. Welcome to Carlock Confessions. This is a show I do every Wednesday. I'm really excited to be here. I was on a hiatus last week during vacation, but we're back this week, and I'm super excited to be here and doing it. So thank you for coming. I super applaud you for coming on. Thank you so much. Hopefully the audio and video are good. I do have a new setup this week, and I'm testing it out. Hopefully everything comes through strong. If it doesn't, let me know in the comments so that way I can go ahead and see if things aren't all that great. But thank you so much for coming. Hey, cousin. So thank you so much for coming. I'm so glad to have you here.
Yes.
I really, no, not the boo. I'm super happy, super happy. So thank you. So if you haven't been to the show before, this is something in which I'm doing on a weekly basis. It's a new show for me. I'm excited to be here and doing it. This is a place that we're going to do some positive discussion, talk about some hot button questions. I give my opinions. I leave time open for discussion and advice. And then we have a poll question and a weekly challenge and all that kind of stuff to keep things interesting as well. So I appreciate you being here, Amanda. Thank you so much. It's good to see you. And hopefully things are going well for you and your family. So thank you so much for coming out. So again, the article that I posted on the website was about global warming. It was in regards to Mexico's prized beaches and what they're dealing with. My wife and I just got back from Mexico. And it was definitely an issue. You could tell that tourism was down. They mentioned that tourism is down because of it. And man, did it really stink. It smelled like raw sewage, basically, sitting on the beach. And really, it was just the seaweed and algae, but it was piling up. And I know the resort that we were at was doing everything it could to try to clear it off and make it better. But it's a battle. I mean, you could literally clear the beach with a tractor and have it done, say, by 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. And it would be absolutely filled back up, and all that you just cleared or thought you cleared would be right back where it was within a couple of hours anyways. So it definitely is a real problem down there, and I do really chalk it up to global warming. I think there's things that we're causing our planet to have issues with, and it's making changes that are clearly going to be negative and in favor. So I'm worried about our kids and our future for our kids. I want our kids to grow up on a planet that's going to be healthy and plentiful for them, so they can visit the beaches and enjoy things that we get to do now. I don't want us to destroy the good things that we have here. We have, there's a lot of bad that we have in this world. The good things we need to preserve, and our planet is one of them. As of right now, there is no other planet. We don't know of any other inhabitable place. So this is ours, and we need to take care of it. So hopefully you guys, I'm not sure if you feel the same or not. I know everybody has a difference of opinion in regards to global warming. So, tell me what you think we should do. The hot button question again for the night is, about global warming, if you believe in it. If you do, what are you going to do personally to combat that, to kind of help with global warming? What are your plans? Because we all kind of have to do something. And I know I personally need to do a better job of probably recycling and all of that. We do recycle our cans here. We do get a deposit here in Michigan, which is great. So we do collect our cans and recycle that. It's a start. Everything needs to start somewhere. But I know we need to do more than that. I know it's about the chemicals that we use and that we're creating every day to try to help with everything in this world, from weeds to lengthening your lashes to all these things that we just create. We don't know what the effects are. And, we need to start being more conscious about those things, because that stuff could be harmful and it could be long-term. And the more long-term that it is, the worse it's going to be for our kids. And I know, Amanda, you have kids and then I have kids, and, we want to leave a better place. I feel like we should leave a better place for our kids than the way we got it. It's just a forward thinking that I have. That's a way I try to think positively about things, that we are going to leave things better, but we do definitely need to make the effort. I need to make the effort a little bit better, and I do. That's my challenge to myself, is exactly what I'm going to do. So that's the plan. That's for me. So let's say, if you can chime in, I'd really appreciate it. If you do believe in global warming, what ideas do you have? And again, if you're not on now and you view this later, that's fine. Leave it on the page. We can always discuss it throughout the week as well. In fact, we can bring all the things that are talked on the page up in the following shows in the future. So if you do have anything, please feel free to leave it on the page, but also comment now if you're on. But what ideas do you have to try to stop global warming? It's such a larger issue, and again, it's so debated in regards to in politics and companies and this green thinking compared to the non-green thinking. And you have a president now who doesn't really support green environmental type policies and procedures. We came from one that did, so there's been that kind of debate. So things can get tough, especially when you have people in higher power who don't necessarily have the same views as us. What are we as people supposed to do about that? And I think it starts with each one of us individually. I think we need to try to get it out there and start doing our own part. And if everybody kind of gets on board on that, maybe we can make a change. And that's really the key here, is to try to make a positive change going forward. So that is so that's what I wanted to talk about in regards to the article and the open question for the night in regards to believing in global warming. If you missed this segment or you come on later, please feel free to leave comments on the page and like and share this page so we can get as many comments and people in the conversation as possible. All right, so now I want to move on to our open discussion for the night, for questions here in the chat and advice that anybody may need. This is a little segment that I do every week where I like to have open chat. My goal here is to have you involved in the show just as much as I'm involved in the show. I'd like to see everybody talking about the topics and things that are going on, but I also want to leave a little bit of the show open up for anybody who might have a question or anything that's weighing them down or something that's been on your mind or anything you'd like an opinion on. I'd be happy to do so. And this is that little segment I like to call open time. Open time for discussion, open time for chat. So if there's anything that's been weighing on you this week, or you just have some comments or some concerns or anything that's been going on, if you have any positive quotes or something positive happened to you that you'd like to share on the show tonight, please feel free to leave it in the chat, and I'll go ahead and read it on air for you, and we can go ahead and discuss it. So this is my open time. I like to leave a nice little time frame for open discussion and conversation. I'd like to start things off. I can do that with this past Sunday was a celebrated day called Mother's Day, which I love. I love Mother's Day. I have had a lot of wonderful moms in my life. Happy Mother's Day to everybody I didn't get to tell who's a wonderful mother, and the single dads, too, who take care of their kids. They kind of deserve both days if they're single parents, because it is a tough job being a parent, especially on your own. But, Mother's Day is such a wonderful day because, I don't know, parents make such sacrifices for their kids, and anybody who's a parent knows this, make such sacrifices for their kids. And the feeling of being a parent and making those sacrifices and doing everything you can for a kid is like something, it is bar none the best feeling in the world. And, I think there should be more days that are celebrated other than one a year for mothers and fathers. But, I've been so blessed to have so many great mother figures in my life, including my mothers, that are so close to me. My mother-in-law and my stepmother and my actual mother and my friends' moms who were always so motherly to me. Deborah, that's out to you. It's just so great to be surrounded by all these great women who took the time to care and to give advice and to show that kind of love, because there's nothing better than a mother's or a father's love for their children. And those are a little different. That's okay. They're supposed to be. But it's amazing being a parent. And I know you guys feel the same way, and I'm sure of it. If you're a parent, and someday if you become a parent, you're not one now, and you'll get it. But you also know the love that you feel for your own mom and the things that your mom did, hopefully, or people who have been that figure in your life. You don't have to be blood related to have somebody be a parent in your life. And I think that's important to point out here too. A mom or a dad can be anybody. Anybody who's influential in your life, who cares for you, loves for you, takes care of you in a parent figure, I think deserves to be recognized once in a while. And we don't do it for the recognition, but knowing that we're appreciated sure does help along the way. So that's what I wanted to bring up in regards to open discussion for myself. I just wanted to put that out there. Mother's Day was a great day. I wish my wife a very happy Mother's Day. She's an incredible mom. And all the moms out there, I love you. You're loved, and thank you for the sacrifices and the things that you do for your kids. So that was my open discussion I just wanted to bring out for tonight. Hopefully you guys have something to add. Please feel free to put it in the chat again or on the page. Feel free to like and share this right now. Hopefully we get some more viewers on tonight. But share and like the page for Carlock Confessions, and see, hopefully we can get some more viewers and some more people in spreading that positive message that we have. So please feel free in the chat to say hi, and now's the open discussion time. If there's anything that's been on your mind or anything that you've been thinking about or need advice on or just unsure about, please feel free to post it in chat. I'm more than happy to give you my opinion about what's been going on and see if we can all guide you in a better light. So please feel free to do so if you like. All right. So with that, we can go ahead and move on a little bit. If nobody has anything to say in the chat tonight, that's okay. That's time. what I'd like to do now is go ahead and take a moment and review last week's challenge, or the last time I was on. Last week we weren't on, but the last week's challenge. Last week's challenge, or the last challenge we had, was to make somebody laugh in a positive way. That was the challenge I put out there here in Carlock Confessions. That was the last challenge. And, you know, laughter can be such a benefit and can change somebody's day. It can change somebody's mood. It can change everything in a positive way. I mean, what's better than laughing sometimes, right? Laugh until your guts hurt, your face is hurting because you've been smiling and laughing so long. I mean, those are the things that we look forward to and, you know, seek out. As human beings, we need to have that uplifting time. So hopefully you guys accepted the challenge last week or last time we were on, to make someone laugh in a positive way. You know, I have so many that I know I did accepting this challenge. You know, I try to do things to make my family laugh as much as possible. We laugh a lot in our house, I feel like, thanks to all the comedians we have in my home. My son and daughter and my wife, all of us try to make each other laugh on a daily basis. Not always successful, but we do try. I can sometimes be a little too dry, I think, in my humor. But I do like the dad jokes from time to time, so I do try dad joking. But that was the challenge from last week, or the last time we were on. Make someone laugh in a positive way. So if you accept it, I'd love to hear how you made someone laugh. Please feel free to put it in the chat. Again, if you're not on and you do view this later, you can always post it on Carlock Confessions web Facebook page in the group itself. Everybody in the group would love to hear how you did it. If you have a joke that you want to tell, that's fine. I think the joke I told last week was, how many tickles does it take to tickle an octopus? And the response to that is 10 tickles. Get it? Tentacles? 10 tickles? I don't know. That's just one of my favorite jokes. So I like that one. It always seems to make me laugh, especially when I think about it. Or, you know, horse walks into the bar, bartender says, "Why the long face?" Not so funny this time, right? I don't know. I enjoy it. It's good for me. Hopefully you guys enjoy that too. I don't know. Please go ahead and post though and let me know what you guys are thinking and how you guys made someone laugh. That was the challenge from last week. So I'd love to hear your guys' stories, so feel free to post those. But we do have a weekly challenge that I'd like to produce for you for this week. I always love the weekly challenge. The weekly challenge for this week will be compliment yourself daily. That's the weekly challenge I want to put out there for this week. I would love to see everybody take a moment every morning, day, or afternoon or evening before they go to bed, and give yourself a compliment. One of the things we have a hard time doing, life gets so busy all the time. Work, kids, responsibilities, bills, money. I'm sure the list goes on, and things that fill our day. What we don't do is take enough time out and to give ourselves positive feedback, to give ourselves compliments about what it is we like about ourselves or what we've done. And we don't take the time to do that when I think we should. I think we need to be more mindful about ourselves and the positive that we bring for our own lives and what we do for others, and compliment yourself. I'd love to see everybody. I'm going to do this week and just kind of see how it changes how I feel about myself and the day and, and the whole week. I'm hoping it'll bring a positiveness to me and to how I'm feeling, to how I approach the day, how I approach problems. You know, the weeks get so busy and things that we do can be difficult, and, you know, there's so much to get done. I think the challenge this week is a good one. And so take the time, compliment yourself every day this week. And I'd love for us next week to come back to the show and talk about how that made us feel and how it may have changed things for us by doing it, by accepting this challenge and completing it. So that's my challenge for the week. I hope you guys enjoy the challenge. I'm excited to do it. I'm excited to see how it's going to work. I think it's going to be good. Just compliment yourself. Look yourself in the mirror, look yourself in the eyes, and say something nice to yourself about who you are, about what you do, things that you like about yourself. Compliment yourself. I really do feel like it's going to bring a real positive change. So hopefully you guys accept the challenge. I accept it. I think it's super excited. It is a great challenge. I think. Thanks, Mom. It is a good challenge for the week because it is hard to do. It is. We get so busy. We get so caught up in the negative of life, news and things going on. I got to run here. I need groceries. I got to get coffee ready for tomorrow. All of these things that we got to do all the time. But we don't stop to think about the positive impacts that we have for ourselves and the things that we do. So this is something that I hope everybody does take the challenge and do. I promise you I'm taking the challenge. I'm not going to ever challenge you guys to do anything I wouldn't do myself. But I'm going to compliment myself every day this week. I think, I have a pretty good routine in the morning where I take a shower, I brush my teeth, I put my contacts in. And I think after I put my contacts in, I'm gonna look myself in the mirror. Maybe when I'm doing my tie-up every morning before I go to work, I'm going to say something positive to myself about me, something that I like about me. And I think that's important to do. So hopefully you guys like the challenge. I'm really excited about it. And I'm excited to see what it does. And so challenge accepted. Now, hopefully you guys accept the challenge as well. And I look forward to hearing your guys' reviews our next week on the show about the challenge and what you guys thought of it and how it might have changed your week. So, all right. So that is the weekly challenge. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. All right. So let's do real quick. I want to do a recap. This is a new segment that I want to do on the show every week. This is going to be a little more personal, I think. Maybe this is something that might help bring viewers to the show. But I want to do a positive kind of a personal recap and a reflection for the week itself. Maybe it could include also a positive quote for the week, but something that's positive and just a recap or a reflection that I found. And hopefully you guys enjoy that. But this is something that's new. So thanks, Mom, for accepting, and I can't wait. Hopefully you can join the show next week. I look forward to hearing how you feel about it, how it changes your week for the challenge. All right, so the positive personal recap and reflection, this is going to, like I said, a new segment that I want to do. And so one of the things I want to bring up in regards to this is the whole pay it forward thing. If you guys have been on my page, you notice that, again, I'll bring it back up in Shell Ha. I lost my watch that I have on. I lost it, and there was some kind folks that were there, some people that we met from Vancouver who were quick to help. And, I'm still mind blown by the whole ordeal, and the fact that I even have my watch. I should have never had it, but the fact that people were so willing to help and without even hesitation. And we did pay it back forward there while we were there. We did help the woman and her child find her husband and make a phone call. But paying it forward is kind of something, I know this is so cliche, but it is something that I think we need to really think about more often and be willing to help. I get back to this, and you'll hear this on a reoccurring in the show a lot, but just the busyness of life. It really does. We do overload ourselves as people, and as especially Americans and people here in this country. I know we overload ourselves all the time. We're constantly taking on more work and doing more things, trying to find more time for personal stuff, all that kind of stuff. We need to try to help each other, though. Like, we are better together than we are apart. And I know the stigma of trying to help people and then, oh no, you're getting involved and I'm going to get sued and all this kind of stuff. Of course, I think of those things too, but helping is helping. And sometimes it can be something very little and sometimes it can be very big. When somebody decided to dive down and help me find my watch without hesitation, to me, that was big. But it doesn't have to be big like that. It can be something small. It can be as simple as seeing an old lady at a grocery store and getting her a cart, helping her get a cart, or, anything like that. Finding, seeing somebody who might have lost something and help them look for it. Helping somebody at the grocery store get something high if they're too short to get. These are little things that we can do on a daily basis, just helping each other, which doesn't take more than a second to do, but can really change people's lives. It can change somebody's entire day. And the truth is, even a smile can change somebody's day completely. We have all these concerns about ourselves on a daily basis. And one thing that I want to make sure that I'm recapping here, and I want to get back to the original part, was just being positive and paying it forward. do for others as you would want undone to you or done to you. And we lose that. I think we've lost that as society. So I know, Mom, you are actually a huge person who does it all the time. You do that whenever you can, and I think you're a great example of somebody who does pay it forward a lot, and I think that's so awesome. And I know, again, we all get caught up in all of our busyness in our days, and paying it forward is really important. But just making sure that you have that in your mind as you go through your days and whatnot can help in itself. And it doesn't have to be anything big. It can be something as small as again, helping somebody get something they need, or a smile, just helping each other out. So the other thing I also want to recap on was, we did get this incredible opportunity to be in Mexico and in paradise a bit. And, the truth is at no point, I don't feel bad. I don't feel sad. I'm sad to be back a little bit, but I feel like we cherish every moment. And I feel like we don't do that enough. Like, I did that while I was in Mexico. I felt like while we were at the beach, I cherished every moment I could and really soaked in our vacation. But we don't do that now. I can't say that I've done that since I've returned, and I actually kind of feel bad about myself for not doing that. Why am I not cherishing every single day, even though I'm not in paradise? Isn't being alive part of being in paradise? Like, you live every single day. You should enjoy every single day, right? So instead of, I need to do a better job, and I'm sure we all do, griping and complaining about the fact that we're working or have to work or get up to an alarm, or, oh my gosh, I got to mow the lawn. Maybe we should start cherishing those things as well. We take a lot of stuff for granted. Everybody does. We get caught up in the stresses and the problems and tribulations of life. But cherishing every single day is something that can be a challenge in itself. And that's something I know I want to start doing. I cherished every moment. I have no regrets about Mexico at all. I enjoyed every second. It was a great time for my wife and I. And but I need to bring that back to here, to life, to every single day. Cherishing, every moment that I get with the kids and with family, and living in the moment a little bit more than necessarily worrying about what's happening tomorrow. Something we all do. I know it's harder said than done. We all dealt with this challenge on a regular basis, I know. Again, we get caught up in the trials and tribulations of life, but every single day in Mexico is fantastic. There's no reason why it can't be that way here. Yes, it's not the beach. Yes, it's not 88 degrees. Carbon copy, single beautiful day every single day. But you know what? I got caught, you can get caught in the rain and enjoy that too, And we need to cherish those things. Life is short. Goes by quick. Mexico seems like it was a flash in the pan now, even though we were there for a week. Great trip, but every single day we need to cherish the time that we have with the people that we have, the things that we're doing, just being at work, just the little things that we do every single day, the moments that we get with our kids, the moments we get with our parents, the moments that we get with our friends and our family. It's kind of the best thing, and we lose sight of that. So that's my positive recap on things a little bit in regards to Mexico and things that I've learned on myself. Paying it forward, something I got to do a better job at, and cherishing our time a little more. Getting caught up is easy to do. Stopping for a moment and enjoying what you're doing, regardless of how difficult it may be, or just enjoying the experience. Something I know I need to get better at, and then maybe we can all get better at. So tell me what you think in chat, if you guys agree or not, if you guys, how you feel about that. Please, again, feel free to leave it in chat, or feel free to post it on the Car Lot Confession site. I would love to hear and read your guys' comments as you guys view this video. I'd love to hear that. So please definitely leave comments and let me know what you guys think about that stuff. So It's been a great show tonight. I'd love to hear you guys' comments and things about that. That's another thing I'd love to promote. I'd love to see you guys post on the Car Lot Confessions site a little bit more. I'm challenging you guys to do so. I hope every viewer of this video and who is subscribed to Car Lot Confessions will come and post something positive on the page. It's not only good for the page, but it's good for the people reading it. It's good for yourself to find something positive. I think it can help change a day. It can change a moment. It can change an attitude. It can change how you're feeling. But you know, finding time to slow down a little bit and find something positive to share with everyone, I think makes a difference. So, and that's what I'd really like to see Car Lot Confessions group page be. So if you guys will please accept that challenge. I know I already gave a weekly challenge for the week, and that's complimenting yourself every day. But what I'd love to do is give you one more challenge for the page, and that is to leave something positive on it. So if you view this video now, or if you're live with me, which I appreciate that you are, or you view this at a later time because, 10 to 11 is a little hard to get to on a Wednesday. I get it. Please come back to the group page and leave something positive there for people to comment on and read. It would be very helpful. I'd appreciate it. And it may change somebody's day. I guarantee it'll change mine in a positive way. So that's what I have. Hey, Spencer, thanks for jumping on. I really appreciate it. Hope everything's going well with you and your family. Welcome, Spencer. I really appreciate you being here, man. Thanks so much. Same with you, Jen. I didn't miss you if you're still on. Jennifer, thanks for coming to Car Lot Confessions, and Katie. Everybody who's been on tonight, I really appreciate you. Thanks for taking the time to come see my show, be a part of it, viewing it. Anybody who views this afterwards, I appreciate you seeing the show in general and spending the time here with me. I really do appreciate that. So thank you so much. So that's the show tonight. Kind of a quick show, not too many viewers to help kind of fill the time in the comments, but I'm hoping you guys will come back. Everybody who views this later will leave something on the page. We'll do a quick recap of the show. We started off with the poll question from the last show, which was about where you vacation. Again, beaches, ocean, and islands seem to be the big winner. Don't forget about the poll question of the night. We'll leave that up till next week. We'll review that next week. Star Wars or Star Trek? Big poll question. It's a big one. Everybody seems to ask that one. It's kind of the big question in general. So answer that. I really appreciate it. We'll go ahead and talk about that next week. And then we discussed in the news, the global warming. Mexico's prized beaches surrounded and threatened by smelly algae invasion. We talked about the article. If you haven't had a chance to read that, please click on the link in the post and read that article. It's a very interesting article in regards to possible reasons for this happening, but it's something we experienced in Mexico. If you have any other questions about it, or you're thinking about going to Mexico, feel free to reach out to me. I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have in regards to going to Mexico or anything like that. So if you have questions about Mexico, I'm happy to share my experience with you and tell you what I learned and know. So love you, Mom. Thanks so much. Enjoy Alpena, and thanks for coming on the show tonight. I appreciate it. Back to a recap of the show. Question of the night was about global warming, if you believe in it. What ideas do you have to try to stop it? And then, of course, on the flip side of that, if you don't believe in global warming, what are your explanation in regards to the changes on this earth and the issues in Mexico, and what do we do to combat that if global warming isn't the issue? So that's those are the questions of the night. Again, please feel free to talk and open discussion on the page. We had an open discussion tonight and a little bit of chat. I talked about Mother's Day and how much I appreciated Mother's Day and the mothers that have been in my life. Hopefully you do the same. The feeling of being a parent as well is one of the greatest feelings in the world. Everybody who's a parent will tell you that. And so we talked about that as well. We had a review of last week's weekly challenge, make someone laugh in a positive way. Hopefully you guys will come back to the page and tell us how you did that. And then this week's weekly challenge, compliment yourself every single day. I'm challenging you to do it. I'm accepting this challenge to compliment myself every day, to just kind of see how it affects me, how it changes me in this week, and how the outcome, see what kind of outcomes there are. And we'll come back and talk about it at the next show. And then we did a recap, a new segment on the show this week, a positive personal recap, a reflection that I've had from the week. I did brought that up. It was about Mexico and paying it forward. And then also talking about cherishing our moments that we have. And so hopefully you guys enjoyed that. All right, so that's enough from me tonight. Thank you so much, guys, for coming to the show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, remember to like, share, follow the page, and go ahead and click on the three little dots in the upper right-hand corner. Click on the notifications, and go ahead and turn on notifications for Car Lot Confessions. So you know every time I go live, you'll get a notification so you can come watch the show. Hopefully you guys enjoy the show. Please leave comments. I challenge you again to leave positive comments on the page. Love to see you guys more interactive. I'm on it all the time. I'm really excited to be here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show tonight. I can't wait to see you guys next week. Thank you so much for coming to Car Lot Confessions on this May the 15th, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Thank you so much. Have a great night, Facebook.